There are encounters that nobody arranges. They emerge from circumstance, from timing, from two paths crossing at exactly the right moment. And when these encounters happen, they burn themselves into history. Venice Beach, California, Gold's Gym, summer of 1974, early afternoon. The sun blazing outside, inside, something different. A cathedral of iron and sweat. This is not an ordinary fitness center. This is the temple. The proving ground. The destination for men who have decided that ordinary human limits do not apply to them. The air is thick, humid, heavy with the scent of exertion and ambition, and chalk powder floating like dust in shafts of light. Sound fills every corner. Iron plates colliding. Barbells crashing into rubber mats. Men exhaling through impossible repetitions. Heavy rock music grinding from wall-mounted speakers. This is not recreation. This is religion. Arnold Schwarzenegger is here, already a legend, already building the physique that will define an era. Ferrigno is here. Massive. Towering. The man who will become the Incredible Hulk on television screens across America. Franco Columbu is here. Dense. Powerful. Strength condensed into compact form. These are not regular men. These are monuments constructed from protein and discipline and years of punishing dedication. Every person in this building weighs over 200 pounds. Most weigh considerably more. Biceps the size of footballs. Chests that strain against fabric. Shoulders so wide they navigate doorways at angles. In this environment of giants, one figure does not belong. In the corner, working a speed bag, moving with rhythmic precision. Small, lean, Asian. 5 feet 7 inches. 135 pounds. In a room where the average man carries twice his weight, he appears almost delicate, fragile, breakable, but appearances lie. This is Bruce Lee, the most recognized martial artist on the planet. Currently in the middle of filming what will become his masterpiece. Taking a brief California respite from the humidity of Hong Kong. His hands strike the speed bag in perfect intervals. The sound is hypnotic, tap, 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 tap. Consistent, mechanical, flawless. He is not performing for anyone, not seeking attention, simply maintaining. Keeping the reflexes sharp, keeping the timing precise. This is what mastery looks like. Daily practice. Without exception. Without excuse. The gym's entrance swings open. Afternoon sunlight cuts through the interior darkness. A silhouette fills the doorway. And the entire room takes notice. Because this silhouette is massive. 6 feet 7 inches of height. 308 pounds of muscle and bone and barely contained energy. Blonde hair cascading past shoulders. Handlebar mustache framing a confident mouth. Arms so thick they seem to belong on a different species. This is Terry Bollea. The world will come to know him as Hulk Hogan. 21 years old. Already making noise in professional wrestling circuits. Already developing the personality that will transform him into the most famous wrestler in history. But today, in this moment, he is simply young. Hungry. Certain that his size makes him unstoppable. He moves through the gym like a ship through water. Other men shift aside. Not from intimidation. From simple physics. He occupies more space than anyone present. He knows this. He walks like he knows this. Hulk approaches the bench press station. Begins loading plates onto a barbell. 1 plate. 2. 3, 400 pounds total. He positions himself, lies flat, grips the bar, presses it. 1 twice, 10 times. His face shows no strain. He sits upright, scans the room, confirming that witnesses observed his display. Some nod appreciatively. Others continue their work. In Gold's gym, moving heavy weight is baseline. Expected. Unremarkable. Hogan's attention drifts across the space. It settles on Bruce. Still at the speed bag. Still tapping out that perfect rhythm. Completely absorbed in his own practice. Hogan watches for several seconds. Then speaks. His voice carries. Designed to carry. The voice of a man accustomed to commanding rooms. "Hey, little guy. Impressive hands you got there." Bruce continues striking the bag. Tap, 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 tap. No acknowledgement, no reaction. No break in concentration. Hogan is not accustomed to being ignored. He rises. Approaches. Positions himself directly in Bruce's sightline. "I said I was talking to you." Bruce catches the bag. Stops its motion. Turns. Looks up. And up. The physical disparity is almost absurd. Hogan towers over Bruce by a full foot. Outweighs him by 170 pounds. His shadow swallows Bruce entirely. Bruce's expression remains neutral. Calm. Unbothered. He reaches for a towel. Wipes his palms. "I heard you? And you are?" Hogan extends his hand. The hand is enormous. It could wrap around Bruce's entire fist twice. Bruce accepts the handshake. Hogan squeezes. A test. A measurement. Seeing if the small man will flinch. Bruce squeezes back. Not competing. Simply matching. Something registers in Hogan's awareness. That grip is substantial. More substantial than those small hands should produce. He releases. "Name's Terry. They call me Hogan. Professional wrestler. Future champion. Biggest star the business will ever see." Bruce offers a slight nod. "Best wishes with that pursuit." Hogan laughs. Loud, ensuring the room hears. "Bruce, right? Bruce Lee. The martial arts guy." "That is correct." Hogan looks around, playing to his audience. "Listen, Bruce. I respect what you do. The discipline. The dedication. All that Eastern philosophy stuff. But we both know reality. In an actual confrontation, mass wins. I am 140 kilograms of pure power. You are maybe 60 kilograms soaking wet. I could simply wrap my arms around you and it ends. Nothing personal." The gym grows quieter. Men pretend to focus on their exercises. But every ear is tuned to this exchange. Arnold has paused mid-set. Watching. Lou has stopped entirely. Observing. 30 of the largest men on Earth are waiting to see what happens next. Bruce's face reveals nothing. He has encountered this attitude countless times. From countless large men who believed their dimensions guaranteed dominance. He could dismiss this, walk away, return to his practice. But there is value here. Not in proving anything, in teaching. An opportunity. "You believe this to be true?" Bruce's voice is soft, almost gentle. Hogan nods emphatically. "Absolutely. Simple physics. Mass multiplied by velocity produces force. I possess the mass. You had speed. But speed cannot overcome strength." Bruce considers this statement. Then responds. "Would you be interested in testing this theory?" Hogan's grin expands. "You serious? You want to try me?" Bruce shakes his head slowly. "Not competition. Experiment. No winner. No loser. Simply demonstration. You attempt to control me using your size and power. I will illustrate something about physics that you may not currently comprehend. Hulk glances around the room. Perfect. Every eye is watching. He will showcase his superiority over the famous Bruce Lee, demonstrate that wrestling and raw power defeat martial arts. This will make an excellent story. All right, let's do this, but I'll go easy. Don't want to hurt you. Bruce's mouth curves slightly. Appreciated, but unnecessary. Apply your complete strength. I request it. Arnold moves closer. This demands proximity. Lou follows. Within moments, 30 men have created a loose circle. The center of the gym floor opens. This is happening. Hulk loosens his shoulders, rotates his neck, shakes out his arms. He is calm, confident. He has grappled with men approaching his size. Trained fighters, skilled wrestlers. Bruce is tiny. This will conclude almost instantly, perhaps embarrassingly fast. Maybe he should allow Bruce a few attempts first. Make it appear less one-sided. Bruce stands in the cleared space. Relaxed. Hands hanging naturally at his sides. No fighting posture. No defensive stance. Simply standing. Whenever you wish to begin. His voice carries no tension. Hulk advances. He decides to be generous. A simple grab. Reach down. Seize Bruce's shoulders. Demonstrate that once physical contact is established, the smaller man becomes helpless. His hands extend toward Bruce's shoulders. What follows consumes 9 seconds. But to every observer, time seems to fracture, dilate, become something elastic and strange. Hulk's hands reach for their target. Bruce does not retreat, does not back away. He shifts, barely perceptibly, perhaps 2 inches laterally. Hulk's right hand closes on empty air. His left hand brushes Bruce's shoulder. Finds nothing to grip. Hulk recalibrates. Reaches again. Faster. More committed. Bruce is no longer in that position. He has moved. Not dramatically. Not with theatrical flourishes. Just enough. Precisely enough. Frustration enters Hulk's movements. He lunges forward, attempting to use his mass to compress the space, to trap Bruce against his body. Bruce's hands make contact with Hulk's wrists. Not grabbing, not gripping, simply touching, gliding, redirecting. Hulk discovers himself off balance, his momentum carrying him forward into space where Bruce no longer exists. He stumbles, catches himself, spins around. Stop moving around, man. Half joking, half frustrated. Bruce says nothing. Waits. Hulk changes strategy. He charges. Arms spread wide. Planning to envelop Bruce in an inescapable embrace. Lift him from the ground. End this demonstration. His massive arms sweep inward like closing gates. He is quick for a man his size. Quicker than anyone would anticipate. But Bruce is quicker still. As Hulk's arms converge, Bruce drops. His center of gravity lowers instantly. Hulk's arms close on nothing. They pass through the air where Bruce's torso existed a fraction of a second before. And then Bruce moves. His palm extends, not with violent force, not attempting damage, simply precise. His hand makes contact with Hulk's midsection, just beneath the sternum, directly over the solar plexus. The touch appears light, almost gentle, but its placement is exact, targeting the nerve cluster that governs the diaphragm, the bundle of connections that controls breathing. Hulk's breath vanishes. His eyes expand. He cannot inhale. His hands fly to his chest. He attempts to draw air. Nothing happens. His diaphragm has seized. The muscle refuses to function. For an instant, panic flashes across his face. He is completely helpless. Bruce steps backward, creates space. 5 seconds pass. Hulk's diaphragm releases. His lungs fill. Oxygen rushes into his system. He staggers, drops to a single knee. Not from pain, from shock. From the overwhelming sensation of suddenly being unable to breathe. From understanding that for 5 seconds he was entirely defenseless. Bruce kneels beside him. Calm, attentive, concerned, slow breaths, deep and steady. The sensation will fade. Hulk breathes, looks at Bruce. Every trace of arrogance has vanished from his eyes, replaced by confusion, by dawning respect, by the recognition that his understanding of combat was fundamentally incomplete. "What did you do to me?" His voice is rough, strained, pressure point, solar plexus, temporary spasm of the diaphragm. Breathing stops for several seconds. Harmless if you remain calm. Potentially dangerous if panic occurs. Hulk rises slowly. Bruce rises with him. Hulk stares down at this man who weighs less than half his weight. Who stands a foot shorter. Who just forced him to his knees with what felt like a gentle touch. How? The question is simple. Honest. Bruce looks around at the 30 men observing. At Arnold. At Lou. At the assembled giants. All of them are strong. All of them are massive. All of them are processing what they witnessed. You stated that mass multiplied by velocity equals force. This is accurate. But there is an additional equation. Force applied to the correct location equals control. I do not need to match your strength. I do not need to match your size. I only need to comprehend structure, comprehend balance, comprehend where the body contains weakness. He gestures toward Hulk. You are tremendously powerful. Your muscles are remarkable. You could elevate me above your head without difficulty. But strength only matters if you can apply it. I prevented you from applying it. I controlled the distance, controlled the angles. When you committed your force in one direction, I moved. When you overextended, I redirected your momentum. And when opportunity appeared, I struck one small target. Your diaphragm. Not to injure, simply to demonstrate that size does not function as armor. Hulk listens. Truly listens. His pride has been wounded, but his mind has opened. He arrived believing he understood combat because he understood wrestling, because he understood power. Bruce just revealed levels he never imagined, dimensions he never explored. Could you teach me? Hulk's voice is quiet now. Bruce considers. Hulk is young, overconfident. But something exists beneath the arrogance. Potential. Willingness to learn. These qualities are uncommon in men accustomed to physical dominance. Come to my school in Los Angeles tomorrow, 6:00 in the morning. If you are genuine, you will appear. Hulk nods. I will be there. The circle dissolves. Men return to their training. The demonstration has concluded. But what they witnessed will remain with them. Arnold approaches Bruce. Extends his hand. That was instructive. His Austrian accent thickens the words. I have always considered size an advantage. Perhaps I require reconsideration. Bruce shakes his head. Size provides advantage against the untrained. Against someone who understands leverage and precision, size can become liability. Larger target. More mass requiring movement. More momentum available for redirection. Everything contains strengths. Everything contains weaknesses. Arnold absorbs this. You make me want to study martial arts. You should. Not for combat, for understanding your body differently. Bodybuilding provides size. Martial arts provides control. Combined, that would be formidable. Arnold smiles. Perhaps I will. Bruce returns to the speed bag. Begins striking again. Tap, 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 tap. The rhythm resumes. The gym returns to normal operations. But something fundamental has shifted. The men here, the strongest men on the planet, have just observed proof that strength is not everything. That dimensions to power exist which they never considered. That a 5'7", 135-pound man can control a 6'7", 300-pound giant. Not through supernatural ability. Not through deception. Through knowledge. Through precision. Through decades of disciplined study. Hulk Hogan stands near the wall, watching Bruce work. His chest still feels strange from the strike. His ego is damaged. But something else is occurring. A door has opened in his consciousness. A realization that everything he believed about fighting, about strength, about dominance was incomplete. He has spent years constructing his body into this enormous, powerful machine. But Bruce just demonstrated that the machine means nothing if it cannot connect, cannot apply its force, cannot adapt to an opponent who understands more. He will appear tomorrow at 6,100 in the morning at Bruce's school. He will train. He will learn. And decades later, when he becomes the most famous wrestler in history, when he headlines WrestleMania and transforms into a household name, he will tell interviewers about the afternoon in Gold's Gym, when Bruce Lee made him question everything. The afternoon a man half his size taught him that size is not power. Knowledge is power. Control is power. Understanding is power. The story spreads within days. Everyone in bodybuilding and wrestling circles knows. Bruce Lee versus Hulk Hogan. 9 seconds. 1 strike. 1 lesson. The giant brought to his knees by the master. Not through violence. Not through ego. Through teaching. Through demonstration. Through revealing that martial arts, authentic martial arts, is not about combat. It is about comprehending the human body so completely that you can control it with minimal force, applied to the correct location, at the correct moment. Gold's Gym becomes destination. Men arrive hoping to encounter Bruce, hoping to learn from him, hoping that perhaps he will show them what he showed Hulk. Some receive the opportunity. Most do not. Bruce is selective. He teaches those who are prepared, those who can abandon ego, those who understand that learning requires admitting you do not know. Hulk Hogan does appear the following morning. 6:00 a.m. Bruce's Los Angeles school. He trains for 3 months, learning fundamentals, learning that wrestling and martial arts are different languages, both legitimate, both effective, but different. He learns breath control, using less strength for greater effect, understanding structure and balance, and when he returns to wrestling, he is transformed, more efficient, more controlled, more dangerous. Not because he is stronger, because he is smarter. Years later, during an interview, Hulk is asked about his most difficult opponent. He smiles. Bruce Lee, 1974. Gold's Gym. 9 seconds. He showed me I knew nothing about real fighting. Changed my entire perspective. Best lesson I ever received. The interviewer asks, "Did he hurt you?" Hulk shakes his head. "No. That is the point. He could have, easily. But he chose not to. He simply showed me. That is a true master. Does not need to prove anything. Just reveals the truth and allows you to decide what to do with it. And that is how the legend survives. Not as a fight, not as a victory, as a lesson. The afternoon one of the largest men in the world learned that size means nothing against someone who truly comprehends combat. The afternoon 9 seconds transformed a young wrestler's entire worldview. The afternoon Bruce Lee taught without teaching, demonstrated without dominating, and left every witness knowing they had observed something they would never forget.